And we're ready to go on Silver Slipper Stakes Day. Starter about to release the big field. Stand by. Racing, and Prince Aurelius and Danish Prince, the two reliable ones out of the gates, are going to take up the early lead. Pharaoh's Rain Away Well goes to third. Smart Legend ridden up, then Street Candy. Queen Maker cast very wide. Midfield the fences, Leander on the inside of Star Impact, and Cuban Gran Chico sent forward out wide. Irish Kiss is not too far away. Then DiMaggio, who's caught a little bit deep, looking for a bit of cover at this point. Then came Decadent Tale, Glad You Think So, well back in the field from Electrica, Dr. Evil, and Mountain Guess. So Prince Aurelius is the front runner, out by a length on Danish Prince. Street Candy got to third on the outside of Smart Legend. Queen Maker covering a bit of extra ground on the outside of Pharaoh's Rainer. A length into Leandra, nailed to the fence from Star Impact, and Cuban Gran Chico on a three-wide path. They're followed back in the field to DiMaggio. There's a real line of horses. Irish Kisses there with Decadent Tale, and closest to the fence is the favourite Glad You Think So. And the last three now, Mountain Guest, Dr. Evil and Electrica. Coming to the turn, Prince Aurelius being challenged now by Danish Prince, and Danish Prince put the head in front. Street Candy third, Smart Legend under the pump. Further back to Pharaoh's Rain, Queen Maker in brush. Decadent Tale back to the inside. Glad You Think So gives away a big start and just lost its running as Danish Prince has gone further in front of the 200 metres. Opened up by three on Smart Legend. Cuban Gran Chico. Electric is storming home out wide, and Star Impact late. Here come the swoopers. Electrica and Dr. Evil bursting through. The good doctors come from nowhere. Dr. Evil blows them out, beating Electrica and Star Impact. Close up Danish Prince. Then came Decadent Tale, Cuban Gran Chico, Mountain Guest, Queen Maker, Smart Legend, Glad You Think So couldn't pick up. Then Leandra from Street Candy, Irish Kisses, DiMaggio, Pharaoh's Rain and Prince Aurelius.
Well, from the outside barrier, somehow Dr. Evil has won the first in the Midway. All I saw, Ronnie, was Tommy Berry just go straight back, and that was the last time I looked at him at the start, and I don't know what happened in between.
I don't either, but he's just a reliable old fella. He hasn't won a race in a year, but he's always around the mark, and no one will take that off him, but he got a good ride to do it. Electrica chimed in there late, looked the winner for a stride, and Star Impact lifted to another level there. I thought he was enormous, Danish Prince. He did work, and then went for home too early, and was just had to be a sitting shot there late, and Cuban Credchino's battled on okay, but a great ride. He backed second last on the turn and just weaved and weaved out to the outside and took his runs there, Corey.
Yeah, it was a terrific ride by Tommy Berry. He was telling me he'd gone out and walked the track. He feels that it's a little bit softer, 3 or 4 on the inside, so he said he thinks he's going to get out and towards the middle of the track, but just a really well-judged ride, knew what he was doing, weaved through. But from the 100 on, Ronnie, there was 3 or 4 winners there at one stage. I couldn't pick which one was going to chase the line first.
There was a few early crows there.
Okay, so the numbers are going up. They are 6. Dr. Evil, Tommy Berry for Warwick Farm trainer Johnny Steinmetz. Second home, number 1, Electrica, Amy McLucas, Richard and Will Friedman. It's also come from a wideish alley. Well, 11 after the scratchings. 15 has run third, Star Impact, Tyler Schiller and Mark Minavini. And fourth home, number 2, Danish Prince, Dean Pena and Mark Connors. 131.08. 131.08 for the 1500 and 36.22. 36.22 the last 600 metres. Johnny Steinmetz, here he is. Congratulations, Johnny.
Thanks, Greg.
Well done.
Yeah,
I've got to go back and watch the replay. Now, you never took your eyes off him. What did Tommy do?
Well, he said he was going to ride him for luck, and I said, yeah, like I said, the horse was going terrific. His run was good last start, better than his usual first up run, you know, and he'd done well, and there was a little bit of rain around. He said, I'll just ride him for luck. It's beautiful, you know, and he got luck. He got runs when some in races in the past he's missed runs, you know, where and that's made the difference, you know, not getting held up at the top of the straight and that sort of business. And today they just opened for him.
Gee, so he wins second up, and he runs 1,500 metres and he gets further.
He does, yeah. And we just want it to keep on raining because you know he's a couple of lengths better on a wet track than he is on you know even on soft surfaces. So maybe he's got another one in him somewhere.
Being a Warwick Farm man, you would have watched Tommy and Nathan grow up all those years ago.
Those, but yeah, Paul Cove punching them around when they were on ponies that high. Yeah, no, it's terrific to win a race with him. It really is.
Well done.
Cheers, mate.
Good on you, Johnny Steinmetz. You going to Mudgee tomorrow? You have. You've got to run it tomorrow. Mudgee tomorrow. I'll see you up there. Have you got a good chance tomorrow? Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the horse's name again?
Ever was.
Ever was.
Yeah, he's a chance tomorrow. A good chance, I think.
Well, I'll see you at Mudgee.
I will.
Here's Tommy. No, not quite. He'll be catching up with Corey in just a moment. Well, there you go. Ever was at Mudgee tomorrow. Jot that one down. Dr. Evil raced in partnership with John and his wife, Alison. 131.08, 36.22 the last 600, 6.115 and 2. And here's Corey with Tommy.
Congratulations, Tommy. Great little ride there, mate.
Yeah, no, it was good. It's nice when they work out, but just had the bank got a bit of luck for him, and I got to tell John to cut his mane. I got the whip caught in the mane and I ripped it straight at my hands at about 150 and was able to get it out and prove the winning move in the end.
Was that always the plan to go back like that?
Yeah, it was. Look, he's a horse. He's obviously on the fresh side, and if you use him up and get caught wide, it takes away that explosive turn of foot. So I said to John, why don't we just ride him quiet, ride him for a bit of luck, and if we get it, then he'll be in the finish.
You're riding really well. What's the key?
Just confidence. It's all about confidence, Brownie, and we're full of it at the moment.
Well done, bud.
Cheers, mate.
With the barrier blanket on, went straight in on this occasion. So now they're locked and loaded, ready for the Tab Highway. 1,400 metres, ready to go. Offhand racing. Hey Siri was last out along with Airliner, and other than that, there's plenty vying for the lead. Ollie's Secret has it. The Canberra mare jumped well. Vino last straight to second. In front of Rapidash, then came Palazzo Prince out wide going forward. From Master Award, Sharp Shock and Miss Dorwarts in that clump of runners as well. Just behind them, Gypsy's Romance in the white-coloured cap. Belvedere Boys is right up on the outside now. So Belvedere Boys, the favourite, has numerous runners behind it in the early stages. They include Hey Siri on the fence from Noisy Boy Airliner, Atmospheric Rock, and Stormy Witness is the last one. 800 out, Ollie's Secret, 2 in front. Palazzo Prince got to second. Miss Dorwart the outside third from Vino Lass. They're followed after a length to Rapidash, 2 off to Master Awards from Sharp Shock. Further back to Gypsy's Romance as they come up towards the turn. Belvedere Boys, it's outside, just peeling it a little bit deeper now. Nash putting the favourite into the race as they race inside the 450. Ollie's Secret comes off the rails, led by 2 on Palazzo Prince under pressure. Vino Lash back on the inside. They're followed then by Rapidash. Then came Sharp Shock. And now Belvedere Boys are starting to stretch and stretch hard on the outside. Here comes the favourite. Belvedere Boys pounced on the lead now and raced a length clear from on the inside. Sharp Shock to making a race of it. Belvedere Boys in front from Sharp Shock, and Belvedere Boys lands good bets there. Beats Sharp Shock. Rapidash third, followed by Palazzo Prince, Hey Siri. Further back, Noisy Boy, Atmospheric Rock, Miss Dorwart, Ollie's Secret got tired. Then Stormy Witness, Gypsy's Romance, Master Awards Airliner. Well, we're a little bit worried about Vino Lass running 1,400 metres. She's run last.
Pull up very quickly. Vino Lass, Belvedere Boys, Nash Ruwilla and Matt Dunn back together again today. Too good for Sharp Shock and Rapidash. Belvedere Boys, too good.
Yeah, nice horse. You can just notch another one up for Matt Dunn in the highways. I can't count them how many now, but when the money comes from, they're hard to beat. Come with momentum today, down the middle again. So the riding's on the wall to beat Sharp Shock, who's run well, Rapidash, and a horse of the future there, Palazzo Prince, a highway winner in the making.
He's in terrific form, Nashville Willer, at the moment. He could win on a broomstick. He's putting them in all the right spots, getting all the right runs, and just showed there again today, Ronnie. I'd love to see the percentages of Matty and Nash's strike rate.
It's pretty good. And like you, Ronnie, I've given up counting.
Yes.
They just keep winning. Okay, time 1:24.29, 35.18 the last 600 metres. Well done, Matt. Belvedere boys. Had the writing on the wall at the highway last time.
Yeah, you're right. It was a frustrating watch last start. He didn't get much luck in the straight when we really needed it. But today, completely the opposite. He got to the right part of the track and did what he can do. He proved today that he's a horse with a big future ahead of him, and that's fantastic because he's owned by some very good friends and long-term clients in Mark and Sherilyn Lowe and their family. And it's great to get winners for them, and more so good winners like this in town.
Is this horse eligible to go to the wild card at Scone?
Well, he is, because we tossed around running him in the qualifier at home last weekend, but he obviously raced down here and he didn't recover quickly enough to sort of back up the following week. So we had to scratch him out of that race and concentrate on this race instead to sort of try to go the other way with him. So look, we'll see how he comes through. I mean, if he goes to the wildcard race, the only concern would be whether 1400's not far enough for him now, But based on today, he might be looking to go a little bit further. But he doesn't have to go to that race, and he's got plenty of other wins in stall. So look, we'll assess him, get him home in a couple of days, and we'll work out where we go from here.
You can come back for a highway.
Exactly right. Thank you.
Congratulations, Nash. You looked the winner a long way out.
Yeah, look, he travelled well at the winner too, didn't he, Corey? It's sort of one of those races where he got into a beautiful rhythm straight away, and it was just a matter of not making a mistake, from a long way out.
You're riding in terrific form. What do you put it down to?
Oh, no, look, to be honest, until I've been having a pretty scarce few weeks, so it's good that the right time of year again I'm starting to get back into form, and a couple of little interruptions, but I feel like my fitness is really back somewhere it needs to be, and it's good when you're turning up riding 56.5 and you still think a bit.
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
A-lister going in, searching for 4 in a row. Shadows of Love comes up with Tommy Berry, and here is Darren.
Hands up. Clear.
Racing now, Dipsy Doodle put the head in front out of the gate, but there's a real swarm. Plenty want to lead, and She's an A-lister bounced out well, and Zach Lloyd's going to find the front on She's an A-lister, with Dipsy Doodle rolling up on the outside to second. Extravagant Star grabbed leaders back, then Epic Proportions. Ballroom Bella caught a bit deep and has to accept the situation there from Smiling Prophet, Bandy's Boy, and Shadows of Love is last of all. Now Dipsy turning it on, and Dipsy Doodle attacking She's an A-lister at the 600 metres. Dipsy Doodle, she's a bit fired up now. Half head in front to She's an A-lister, not giving up the fence. 3 off to Extravagant Star, followed by Epic Proportions, Ballroom Bella, Shadows of Love, Bandy's Boy and Smiling Prophet. 300 metres to go. She's an A-lister and Dipsy Doodle. She's an A-lister still with gas in the tank. Extravagant Star is closing in on the outside. Extravagant Star went up to hit the lead. Closing off Shadows of Love. Bandy's Boy's looking for a gap. Extravagant Star and Shadows of Love. Shadows of Love goes to Extravagant Star, and Shadows of Love, great win. Shadows of Love beat Extravagant Star. Bandy's Boy got up to snatch third in front of Ballroom Bella. Then came Dipsy Doodle. Well, she beat herself, really got too keen. It really busted up She's an A-lister from Epic Proportions, and Smiling Prophet was last in.
Well, Tommy knew Shadows of Love, after riding She's an A-lister to all those wins, he appears on Shadows of Love today and right over the top of them. Berry gets 2 of the first 3, having won the Midway on Dr. Evil earlier. Extravagant Star second. They went crazy again today, Ronnie.
Yeah, she's got to be in a bonnet, Dipsy Doodle. She had a great opportunity to just prop outside the lead there, and she didn't want it. She wanted to charge, and that brought her undone again, even though she's mentally not there. So, but a great return. She's got a big heart, this filly, Shadows of Love, and she appreciated it. Last look, right part of the track. She coasted it up to him there, Extravagant Star, after getting the perfect run and peeling around the speedsters, but just a sitting shot there late. And yeah, well, I think Bandy's Boy's a horse to follow. I think he's a real country championship type of horse, this fella. Back to 1100, hit the line well. That'll top him off for a heat now, and I think he's right in the mix there.
Kim, Shadows of Love picks up where she left off.
Yeah, definitely. She's a lovely filly, very athletic, very clean-winded filly, and I decided just to give her the one trial, and she trialled lovely, and she's just, she's just a real athlete, you know, so I thought, nice race for her. It's not a perfect distance, but I thought she'll go really well fresh, and then she can go into the heat at Gosford next.
So the 1200 heat?
Yes, yeah, in 3 weeks.
Have you seen this gradual improvement from prep to prep?
Definitely. She's just been just early days, she wasn't ready to push too hard, so we kept tipping her out and giving her plenty of time. And I think, you know, we're paying the benefits now.
Yeah, and a nice progression for her to go into that 1200 metre heat and then back to the 14, which you got to last prep.
Yeah, definitely. And look, she might get a mile too, you know, but I think the 1400 will be perfect. Looking forward to it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Tommy. You're riding like a man possessed.
Yeah, no, it was good, and I just think that the race set up perfectly for her today, and she was fresh. There was good speed in the race, which she was going to enjoy, and had the perfect card into the race, into the better ground, and it just makes a massive difference when they're running along at a good tempo and you're not that second pair taking up the rest of the field to the leaders like the second horse was. I was that pair further back, where I was a bit more in my comfort zone, and it just made the difference in the end.
Well done.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Is favoured here in the Silver Slipper, sponsored by Tab. There's the light. Ready to go. Ready now. And they're racing. Embassy missed the starter length, and Celerity wasn't flash at either, and Straight Charge and Espionage have won the start. Good battle early. Espionage just has it from Straight Charge, and Clark staying pretty wide out early. Yoshinobu lands in third, followed by Gaze Artist, then Camerno's Cube Embassy, and Celerity's firing up at the rear of the field. Getting to the front now, Straight Charge races 2 lengths clear. Espionage was happy to hand up and sit in second. Travelling a bit keen, Espionage at this point. 2 lengths away then to Yoshinobu on the outside of Erno's Cube, then Gaze Artist Embassy, and Celerity sees them all. Straight Charge, 4.25 to run, coming well away from the fence, led by 2. In second position, Espionage, and then came Yoshinobu. Back on the inside, Erno's Cube, and then came Embassy at the 2.50, and Clark goes for home on Straight Charge. 1.5 lengths clear from Espionage, is sticking to the task, but not making any ground. Straight Charge is charging to the wire, and off to the Golden Slipper. Straight Charge led all the way from the stablemate Espionage, who was really chipping in late, pulled the margin back to 1 length. Erno's Cube a clear third, then Embassy, Celerity, Gaze Artist and Yoshinobu.
1-2 for Gay and Adrian. Straight Charge beats Espionage. Tim Ryan will tell us what he does with their prices in the Golden Slipper. Prior to that, Straight Charge was a 20-1 chance and Espionage was $13. Now, Ronnie, take us through the performance of both colts.
Well, I think there's merit in both of them. I think he's just an absolute natural, the winner. He has put the writing on the wall that he's a live slipper chance with racing style. The second horse, he shoved him out of the barrier. He did a few things wrong, wanted to over-race and fight. And I thought he still knuckled down a little bit late there. So I'm not marking him down. I don't think there's a struck match between these two colts. And moving forward, one's off a longer break with 2 trials. The other one's off a shorter break off 1 trial. They dominated the race. They sprinted away. Interested to hear the time, whether they've run similar time to the older horses in the previous race, which they run 1:4:42.
47.
Okay, well, that shapes up good, I'm saying, because that was a fast race where Dipsy Doodle poured it on there. So that's a good sign that they're going to shape right up.
It's exciting stuff, Adrian.
Yeah, excellent. Very, very talented colt. I was, heartbroken when we didn't get to see him go up to the Magic Millions. Obviously, such a great talent. But he's back here today to showcase it, and that was a very, very, very impressive win.
Duff just described him as a bit of a natural.
He is. He's been a natural to it all the way through. He's just, from the minute we did anything with him, he's just shown that natural brilliance, that great early speed, and good sustained speed. And he's been very impressive today. That's what we've seen all the way through. He took the running up early, and it was very difficult. Had a good colt chasing him, and I think he enjoyed the conditions, and there's still a bit of improvement to come.
What's your first thought on Espionage?
I thought he was excellent. Obviously he hasn't raced since the breeders, and that may have ultimately just been the difference, just that extra sort of grounding in the campaign that Straight Charge had in between. That may have been the difference today. I do think the ground was also slightly against Espionage. I think he's got a lot of natural brilliance. He just may not have been able to pick up his feet there initially at the top of the straight. So I think back on top of the ground, we'll see further improvement.
Do either of them need another run?
Yes, both intend to go to the Todman. That's the sort of path we've set for them. I think that'll have them fit and hardened and ready for the Golden Slipper. So every intention to see both of them again. And
in 7 days' time, you're going to be back here with the Golden Slipper favourite Stormboy.
Yeah, Stormboy and Prost will take their place here. Stormboy trialled up excellent, and Prost a last start impressive winner as well. So they're in great shape. I'm looking forward to having them both back at the track.
Well done today.
Thanks very much.
Well done, Clarkie. That was pretty impressive, and it doesn't even look like they've screwed down on him yet.
No, that's right. He obviously, unfortunately, missed the Magic Millions through a bit of a setback, but it could be the makings of him, just having that bit of extra time. And I think he's really developed in that, even though it was only a short period, but he's really developed and come on. Probably a slight, for me personally, thinking he was only coming here off 1 trial, so may have been a little bit rushed getting here, but he's a naturally pretty fit colt. He doesn't carry he's not big and heavy, so his ability was always going to take him a long way, and I think that he's got improvement to come off the back of today, and with his grand final sort of 4 weeks away, he's right on track.
Take us through the race. Were your plans to settle outside the leader or to lead?
Obviously I was keen to lead. Early on it was just a matter of just sort of getting him into a rhythm. He's a pretty quick horse, so I didn't want to be forcing to really restrain him heavily just to get back outside Nash, and just made a decision going to that first turn to let him slide forward that extra half a length, and Nash he obviously followed me and had the last shot at me, but my bloke pulled out plenty. It was a good strong win.
Well done.
Thank you.
Not today, but the future with a long prep ahead of them. They're all set. Here's Darren for the Parramatta Cup.
For a break, although Diamond just lunged to the gates there, the favourite. They're off now. Racing, Dome will handle the start quite well. Say United, handlebars down from the wide gate, is rushing forward. Diamond in a very prominent position together with Zenzella. Almania right there, and Manzoy's closest to the fence. Bold Mac will posse up behind together with Canberra Legend. Now on Tonts midfield and out very wide in the early part of the race. Lord Ardmore, Carlapura taking spots towards the rails. Then Stroke of Luck, Explosive, Jackmore Felons, and the Great Love Tap sees them all. Working to the back, Say United in front. Zenzella's really been put forward today, and Collett's got Zenzella up running second, going to the back, and the other favourite, Diamond, is on her back on the outside of Almania. They're followed after a length and a half then to Canberra Legend, cast a bit deep from Man Zeus, and between runners Bold Mac, wider out on Ton. Then came Lord Ardmore from Carla Poor, Explosive Jack, Stroke of Luck, More Felons. Love Tap sees them all. They've got 1,000 metres to run. Say United in front by just on a length to Zenzella. Then came Almania. Canberra Legend, he's going to sleep well tonight, out in fourth position and still improving his spot. In advance there of Diamil. They're followed further back by Man Zeus, Bold Mac on Taunt right off the track. Further back to Lord Ardmore than Carla Poor, Explosive Jack, Stroke of Luck, More Felons, and Love Tap sees them all. There's about 9 lengths covering the field at the 600. So United just lead from Zenzella. Then came Almania. Canberra Legends had a tough run. Diamond still fifth, and the red cap approaching the turn. Into the straight now, and So United well out the fence. Almania, Carla Poor, they take rails, run. Zenzella and the black jacket is still there. Now Diamond's looking to come off heels, and the gap hasn't opened up as yet. Almania went up the inside of So United, and Zenzella is slowly getting there. Then Bold Mac, forget about Diamond, it's not going well enough. Almania, Zenzella, So United, where to look? Bold Mac on top there, and More Felons up the rails. More Felons got out of jail. More Felons knocked off Almania in a rough result of the Parramatta Cup. Then Zenzella with Canberra Legend, So United, Man Zeus. Further back to Diamond, wasn't picking up when the run opened. Then Bold Mac, Lord Ardmore, Carla Poor, Explosive Jack, on Taunt, and back towards the rear was Love Tap.
More Felons, Josh Parr and Chris Waller, has not raced since finishing midfield in the Melbourne Cup. First up today, has got right through on the inside to beat Almania, and lining them all up. Almania, and where's this photo? Out wide, it's going to be Bold Mac in front of Canberra Legend, who just wouldn't sit down. And then Zenzella, and then So United. So, same colours as Diamil, but More Felons wearing the white cap, the Richard Peagham colours, wins first up, Ronnie.
Yeah, good return. He had big boom on him, and he's after his first run in the Geelong Cup. Coming into Australia last time, and this is his second Aussie prep. How often do you see it? You'd expect he'd have improvement to come. Almania was much better today, just struggling to win another race. He had that race, and he just kept bobbing, but he was very good there. And look, Bold Mac's run on, Canberra Legend covered ground. Whether that's a disadvantage, I'm not sure. And it's a hard race to assess with a little bit of a bunch finish there. Zenzella was pretty one-paced, and a gap between runs there as well. So
well done, Chris. This horse has been trained out of your Mount Macedon property.
Yeah, he has. Had a short break after the Melbourne Cup, and we've got the Sydney Cup in mind, so we had to get him started. We did question whether we run him in Melbourne first up, but just with a bit of rain about, and Rosehill, it's normally a pretty forgiving surface even if we didn't get the rain, so that was the choice for bringing him up.
Did you expect that performance today?
The one thing I've learned is you just don't underestimate decent stayers, and that Macedon fitness was obviously, it's got a good base to him. He looked well. He's had a couple of jump outs down there, so he's well prepared and starting over the right distance.
Yeah, looking forward to 2 miles too.
My word, yeah. Thanks.
Well done, Joshy. Great return from this horse, and thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works with that fence. We thought it was off.
Yeah, I know, right? It's I was pinching ground, cheap ground. From the time we swung down the side there, horses were starting to move, and I was making ground on the lead group without using any horse. I got into the straight, a lot of traffic, and I was obviously. I was reluctant to go to the inside, but what I had to count on was the fact that I hadn't asked him for an effort at any point of the race, so I could feel that there was a turn of foot there. I thought if we get to that point of the ground and he's over to a turn of foot can overcome that, then we're right in the race. And his class kicked in, and he stuck his head out on the line. Was too good.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Loading in. This is the 6th of the day. The Araman Park handicap 1400.
Vernelli fast and Marquis as well. Good go for the lead with You Called It driving up into 4th. Robusto looking for a spot in on the outside of Thalassophile, and Well improves on the rails. Little Mix is drifting back a little bit now in advance of Stockman, Premise, Faulkner Park's about 3-4 wide into the first bend going forward. Blondo settles back and Kinlock being ridden cold last of all. So Vernelli got to the front out by a half on the favourite Marquis. Palmetto certainly didn't waste the inside draw, and Molly Burke's got Palmetto up running third at the 800. A half the outside to You Called It, 2 to Well, then Thalassophile. Robusto without cover today in a 3-wide position. Now back in the field on the fence is Stockman, deep out Faulkner Park, Little Mix buried between them. Then came Blondo from Premise and Kinlock easing 3 wide, and only about 8 lengths off the lead as they come to the turn. Marquis up on the outside of Vernelli, head and head around the corner. Palmetto goes back to the inside where the previous winner came from. Then came You Called It. Marquis starting to run in. Palmetto going up the inside, and Palmetto's almost there. Robusto, despite the wide runs, letting down brilliantly wide out, and Robusto moved up to take the lead. Willwall poking through the centre from Palmetto. Willwall's going after Robusto. Willwall, Robusto, Palmetto. Willwall does it today. Willwall narrowly from Robusto, and over on the inside was Palmetto, followed then by Faulkner Park with Thalassophile. Mark was just behind them from Premise. Then came further back to Stockman, Kinlock, and Blondo was among the tail enders.
A couple of imports back-to-back for Chris Waller, more felons in the previous, and Wall. I think he originally came out here for the Golden Eagle. Yep. Kerry McAvoy and Chris Waller have just got the win. They've squeezed the win in to beat Robusto. McDonald on board. Here's the low shot, Palmetto back on the inside. Wellwall, Robusto, Palmetto in that order. Faulkner Park in 4th, 124.08.
Yep, the Mount Macedon stable collect a little bit of bonus in the wages this week after a couple of winners, setting up a couple of winners at big odds here today. And Wellwall, that'll do his confidence the world of good there. Holds off a fit stablemate in Robusto. He was good first up there, Palmetto. He'll train on and improve off that. Just had to duck back to the inside, but what do you expect when you draw an inside draw? And he's come up well again, Faulkner Park. There's a nice race for him somewhere. If he's placed in the right race, he's hard to beat. But all honest with the winner, just sucked up behind them, saved the ground and got to the middle. And a beautiful ride there by Karen.
Yeah, that horse never left the bridle at any stage, Ronnie. He travelled up underneath them.
Another import, Chris, and another one that says C. Waller Mount Macedon.
Yeah, so good base level of fitness. Both, the other horse in the last race, 1900 first up, and this horse first up after a long break. So, yeah, it shows that you're getting the fitness into them but still keeping them sharp. It's a special win for us to have a horse racing in El Shakab's colours. Obviously great supporters of racing around the world, and only a handful here in Australia, so hopefully a few more might come.
And he came out originally for the Golden Eagle.
He did, yeah. Frankie Dettori came and rode him. He ran a terrific race. He almost fell.
That's right.
And Frankie came out to ride him here at Rosehill and spoilt everybody. But yeah, here we are today, finally breaking through.
What does this horse aim up at?
I think a race like the Ajax, there's a 1500 metre group race in a few weeks' time. We won't set our bar too high, but he'll take a bit out of today.
Okay, well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, K-Mate. You travelled like the wind a long way out.
Yeah, he did, Brownie. We were able to use the draw, which was key, and Chris has been pretty happy with him, and I was pretty happy when I looked at the jump out that he'd been in down in Melbourne. He showed that he was in good form, so we knew that he'd handle the ground and been here a little bit longer, and he felt in great order. I was a tiny bit worried that he'd over-travelled a little bit, but to his credit, he gave a good kick.
They looked like they got a lot of work into him for first up.
Yeah, like I said, he'd been down at Macedon, and Chris is new to that property, but he's obviously working it out as he goes along. So he'd had 2 jump outs down there, and he's a nice horse to look at, he's a nice horse to sit on, so he can compete in some nicer races, I'm sure, in the autumn.
Well done, mate.
Thanks.
blindfolded again. And here we go, take two. Take two of the Millie Fox Stakes. Stand by. There's that blindfold cast out the back, and they're off there in the Millie Fox, and the favourite Lady Laguna jumped brilliantly in. So did Madame Pomeroy in second spot, with Zoo Gotcha quickly improving. How Good Are You is building up the Res Whiteout going forward. Then came Renaissance Woman, Diamond Dealer. And Vienna Princess has been very well backed. Is cast pretty wide going to the first turn. Argentia's off the track as well from Star Tontes. Lekvar went down to the rails last of all. It's Lady Laguna shooting for 4 in a row today, and she gallops to the front. How Good Are You got to second, and Zoo Gotcha in a stalking roll third. 2 lengths away to Madame Pomeroy. Then came Diamond Dealer. A gap on the field then to Renaissance Woman on the inside of Vienna Princess is one off the fence now, and the last runners there are Lekvart together with Star Tontes, and Argentia is the widest runner. 500 metres to go. Lady Laguna shows the way. Zoo Gotcha travelling really well behind, and immediately she comes off heels as How Good Are You surrendered, and further back to Madame Pomeroy. 350 to go. Zoo Gotcha moved up on the outside of Lady Laguna, and the pair really turn it on now. It's Zoo Gotcha on the outside of Lady Laguna. Zoo Gotcha ahead in front to Lady Laguna. Clear from Madame Pomeroy. It's Zoo Gotcha looking down the lady. Yep, got her all right. Zoo Gotcha ran down the favourite Lady Laguna. Madame Pomeroy a clear third. Vienna Princess next, followed by Diamond Dealer, Lekvard, Argentia, Star Tontes, Renaissance Woman. How Good Are You? Zoo Gotcha, she's back with a bang.
Well done, Joe, mate. She looked fairly forward in the enclosure for a first up effort, but class kicked in that last 100.
I thought you were normally first. How'd the Channel 7 beat you?
I've got to take a step back, they told me.
Sleep at the wheel. No, she was really good. She jumped trouble well. This prep's been much better. You know, she's doing things right, and she's enjoying her racing. She's enjoying her track work, and that showed today.
Well done.
Thanks.
Has been some late bets for NCAP though. $7.50 into $6.50. He'll run second fave.
Here's Darren for the Hobartville.
The Group 2 level. Racing now. Cafe Millennium missed the kick by a length or so, and Levon Pierre jumps sharply off the inside. Has the lead on his own at the moment. Fukabana strides to second, and now Gambare, being revved up, is starting to muster wide out. Ducasse is pretty handy on the rails, and the inside of Flying Trapeze. Celestial Legend caught deep, NCAP in the 3 white line as well. Back in the field is Tom Kitten from Chaya Wolf. Raff Attack beaten for speed. He-Man goes up the fence, and Cafe Millennium settles last. Levon Pierre holds the front from the stablemate Gambare. They're followed by Fukabana and NCAP on the improved the outside. Just behind them, Celestial Legend tracks up into 5th. Further out, Chaya Wolf is off the track. Raff Attack making a mid-race move. Ducasse has got shuffled back from the good spot with Flying Trapeze. There's a bit happening here. Tom Kitten getting shuffled back as Cafe Millennium starts a run. He-Man is now last of all. Levon Pierre from Gambare coming around the turn. NCAP in striking distance. Then came Raff Attack deeper out. Fukabana back on the rails from Celestial Legend. Wide out Cafe Millennium. Tom Kitten, the favourite's got it all to do at the 250. Levon Pierre in front from NCAP is chipping away the outside. Celestial Legend's out now, and here he comes. Celestial Legend moved up, took the lead in the Hobartville Stakes, and he's starting to draw away. It's been a long time between drinks for Les Bridge, but that's his second Hobartville, beating NCAP, and Levon Pierre third, followed by Fukabana. Then came Chaya Wolf. Tom Kitten was next. He needs further back to Gambare from He-Man, Flying Trapeze, Raff Attack and Cafe Millennium. And that was shades of Classique Legend there. Celestial Legend winning the Group 2.
Well done, Les. We thought something was on when you turned up today.
Well, deep down, I felt the same as I felt with Classique Legend. And this bloke's nearly as good.
You really think so?
I do.
And Bon Ho was just a fluke that he was here today, or did you tell him to come?
No, I think he made up his mind to come, and I'm glad he did, because I got twice as much pleasure out of him being here.
Yeah.
So I only do it because I don't have to do it these days. I just do it because I'm terrified of having nothing to do. And Mr. Ho's been absolutely marvellous to me. And I just hope this repays him a little bit.
Because he wouldn't have seen the grey race all that often in the flesh.
No, he didn't see much of Classique Legend. And it was a tragedy that he broke down, but he's got a good replacement with this one.
Les, 40 years ago, Sir Dapper.
Yeah, well, he's a great horse too, and geez, 40 years. It's gone quick.
It has gone quick. I've got an old Turf Monthly there I'm about to give to you, and it was talking about you buying your first horse in about 1961.
Yeah, I was better looking then.
2 weeks to the Guineas.
Can't wait.
I bet you can't. Well,
no.
Good on you.
Congratulations, K-Mac. He was impressive today.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's been keeping or getting Les out of bed. He's been happy with him for a while now, and must say he's done a tremendous job with him. And Les was pulling his hair out on Tuesday morning when he couldn't get on the grass with him, but I said, we'll be right, we'll do it on the poly, and we got a bit of work into him, and yeah, he's put forward a nice showing there today, Brenny.
He looked like he had a bit more spring in his step today.
He was bouncing in the yard, which was good to see because he's sort of a bit of a cruisy fella, so I was happy to see that, and I hadn't been on his back at the races for a little while, so I said to the guys before we went out, the key was the start. If he began well, I was going to try and get in front of a few, and after we'd gone a furlong and a half, I thought, oh no, I've got no cover here, and I was courtesy of Timmy Clark putting J-Mac to the fence, and I was able to slot in and get a lovely run. Yeah.
Wait till you see the replay, because the whitewash behind you, you're lucky that you weren't back with it.
Yeah, well, I thought there was a bit of a tail to the race, but he's done a good job there.
Well done.
Thank you, Tal.
On now in a fortnight. Rainbill's in, the lights on and we're all set to go. Ready for the Shandon handicap. Open betting race. They're off. Renosa with the white cap left quite well. Then came Red Card out and now Frilled is starting to muster. Omni-Man settles fourth in front of Our Bellagio Mist in Quick Tempo the Rouse. They're followed by Mabel, Derry Grove on a wider path. Then came Key Largo. Back in the field, Shelby 66 from Libertad. Rain Beal is last of all. So Renosu takes the lead today from Frilled on the outside, and now Frilled really wants to serve it up. And Frilled continues the charge on the outside to Renosu. Red Card is in a stalking roll third. Clear then from Omni Man. They're followed by Quick Tempo on the Rouse from Our Bellagio Miss Key Largo. Wider out Derry Grove as they straighten up, and it's Renosu really being eyeballed by Frill the outside. 2 lengths away to Red Card, and a gap back to the rest. Renosu going back down to the running rail, trying to beat off Frilled. Red Card being popped the question, now coming to the middle. Renosu being tackled by the stablemate Red Card. Rainbill's running on behind them. Down the outside there is Omni Man. Red Card in front. Red Card struck and won it by 3/4. Photo second. Omni Man and Rain Beeler hit the line well. Further back to Derry Grove, then Mabel, Quick Tempo. Frill got a bit tired. So did Renosu. Further back then to Key Largo from Our Bellagio Miss Shelby 66. And not a great return for Libertad.
Congratulations, J-Mac. She's returned in terrific order. She seemed a little bit more relaxed today?
Yeah, a little bit, but she was still, for the first furlong, I was how you going a bit, and she from the half mile onwards, the pace had quickened, and I was able to just drop in and get a nice little suck along, and she needed that. She'll improve immensely. She's only had one trial, so she's in for a really good prep.
She was up on the toe in the enclosure, but she didn't sweat up like she normally does.
Yeah, that's for sure. So that's a good sign. She's maturing all the time. Look, her form doesn't read. She is really good on rain-affected ground, but she seemed to handle that okay. So, yeah, no, perfect.
Well done.
Thanks.
quickly. Gently Rolled has been easy in the betting. Last start winner. And we're ready to go for the Curist Stud Handicap. There's the light. Stand by for a break there. Off and racing now. Dakota Vroom immediately flopped out the back, and True Crime jumped well with High Blue Sea. French Bonnet driving through. Starman in that clump together with Rupertar. Gently Roll will camp behind. Romeo's Choice wider out looking for a spot in front of Royal Charge. Then Podium Queen, Acapella Sun. Marzabit back in the field in a 3-wide position. And dropping back towards the rear of the field is Dakota Vroom after the average start. And just being shadowed by a run of the outside, it's Kintyre. So at the 800 metres, and French Bonnet holds the lead today. French Bonnet out by 3/4 to True Crime. High Blue Sea in the good position on the outside of Rupertar. Romeo's Choice 3 out 5th, followed by Starman. Then came Gently Rolled midfield, the rails. Royal Charge wider out further back to Podium Queen, Acapella Sun, Marzabit, Dakota Vroom and Kintyre's last. French Bonnet swings the corner in front. True Crime yielding ground. Moving up on the outside is High Blue Sea giving chase. Further back to Rupertar, Starman, Romeo's Choice. Gently Rolled is looking for gaps between them and threading the needle as well. Many chances here. Quickly, Gently Rolled swooped. Went up to hit the lead from Starman in pursuit. Then Romeo's Choice. Gently Rolled and Starman. Gently Rolled the inside, fighting hard, and Gently Rolled won it. A half head to Starman. Photo third, Romeo's Choice and Kintyre. Then came French Bonnet. Further back to Acapella Sun, Podium Queen, Rupertar, True Crime, Dakota Vroom, High Blue Sea dropped out, and Royal Charge.
Bryce, congratulations. There wasn't much of a gap. She pushed her way through, and it was a nice win.
Yeah, well, she's a beautiful mare, and she's a long time. She's a horse that's been in my stable that I felt was sort of going somewhere, albeit we had to give her plenty of grounding, but she's forming a really good record of a nice horse, and it was a good test for her today. She's way better on top of the ground, albeit she looked good and got the split, and well, I thought he went too soon, but anyway, all's well that ends well.
It does. What's next?
No, we'll just get her home. There is a couple of options for her, but probably a little bit tricky to place. But there's, we'd love to be back here in a mare's stakes race in quite a few weeks' time. But we'll just worry about getting through today. But she'll appreciate a little bit further, and she's going really well, going in the right direction.
She's a big mare. Does she take a bit of work?
Not really. I mean, I've left her a bit soft into today because I feel that I've got a couple of plans for her after this if she got through today, and just didn't want to wound up too much today. And but at the same time, she's raced well, so we need to keep that in mind.
Well done. Nice way to end the day.
Appreciate it, Shani. Thank you.
A few daunting moments there, Zach, for a while when she entered the straight, but you got the big girl through.
Yeah, it was. I had a lot of confidence in this horse coming into today, and I just knew if I had a smooth run throughout, which I did, if any half gap appeared, she would explode through it, and that's what happened, and she was very good.
She always felt like the winner?
She did. She felt like same as last time. She just gets her and she doesn't know how to put them away just yet, and I knew it was McDonald outside me, and I thought, oh, this is going to be tough, but yeah, good to get my nose down.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.